What is up, guys? This is Wildrocker from wildrocker.libs.com and jacobsutter.com, and today is episode 4. Can you believe this? I mean, apparently people are actually watching this. I am very surprised. Like, I'm just, I'm speechless. I really am. Uh, but I mean, it's in a good way, so I don't know. But anyways, I want to give a little shout out because since I start giving a little shout out to people that either wanted their name shouted out or just were there for me from the beginning when I first started my own designing and art and whatnot. So we got a few names here. Of course, these aren't their real names, but this is their online names. So this is for Games Are Life. He or she, I think it's a he, pretty sure, is on PS3. And these are all on PS3, by the way. So we got Pretty Boy MF, which is a close friend named Justin. Thank you, Justin, for being there. Castleman, I met him on mko.com, and he's a really nice guy. He actually helped me a long time ago, actually spreading the name of Wild Rocker on his Twitter account because he is somewhat known. So he helped me a lot on that, and I really appreciate that. Another guy is MK Pro Owner. He was there from the beginning, and he helped me when I would do the news for today for people for online. He was there and gave me some good and positive feedback. And probably the number one person that's been there since day one was a guy named Juvenile, and his online name, if I can pronounce this right, Invincive or Invin, I think it's Invincive or I don't know. It looks like this. Anyways, so he was there since day one, and he's been helping me a lot, and I really appreciate that because without him, I don't think I had the motivation to do what I do. So because of him and everyone else that's ever helped me and supported me, and I know I forgot a lot of names, but this video I gotta make it short. So, but anyways, thank you all, and I really appreciate that. Okay, on a side note, before we get to the questions, on a side note, I'm thinking about trolling on Omegle. I'm not too sure because a lot of people were like, "Oh, dude, you'd be a great troller," and I'm like, "No, no," and they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "No." But so I did do a little bit of trolling a long time ago, and I recently started doing some trolling on my yearbook because I figured if I'm gonna troll, I might as well do it right and not look retarded. So with that in mind, I'm thinking about trolling on Omegle. So if you ever are on Omegle, I might be on there, and you might see me picking my nose or flashing you or something really retarded. I don't know. Just kidding. And speaking for Omegle, since I want to record myself and the person, if anybody could find a camera that can record screen play, that would be helpful. Like I've tried Cam Studio and it worked only one time, and then like after I download the program, it never worked. So it's like a POS in my opinion. So since things have been going more in depth, I actually got 2 new programs which cost me a fortune. Okay, because it was worth it in the end. It was Adobe After Effects CS6, and it was Photoshop Extended Edition, and it was CS6 as well. So I mean, I've been playing around with the whole Photoshop. I never really got into it because like some of the work that I would see from people was just like like doesn't look good. But when I went to go give it a shot, I ain't gonna lie, first time I sucked. And but I had to keep going at it because that program and the other program as well are complex, and the people that know that and have that, they know that it is complex because there's tons of things that you can do in there that I never even knew that you could, especially with pictures and designs and artwork and everything. So it's just been really great. um, so yeah, I will be uploading some pictures on my Facebook account, which is this, and I will be doing some more designs, and the previous ones I did, great feedback, so that's been great. So with that in mind, we are going to answer our top 10 questions. Woo! Okay, what was the longest that took you to make just one piece of art? There we go. The longest it ever took me to make a piece of art was probably um 3 months for one piece of art. Seriously, it wasn't like I could do it in a matter of hours or days. This one was so complex, it took me over 3 months to do it. It was that bad. And I was like, oh my god! Number 2, what is your favorite movie? Um, that's a good one. Probably most generic question, but just kidding. I love you. Titanic and Either or, Gangs of New York. Number three, do you have a special thing that you do when you are making art? I do. Number one, I got three things I do. But number one, I gotta be completely isolated from noise, from anything that would distract me or just annoy me, and I just gotta get away from it and I tune it out. So number two, I listen to music. And my third thing is, and I know it's bad for me, and I just can't help it because I guess it's the nicotine. Duh. I have to dip. I mean, I don't, put a whole chaw or anything like that in there. No, I do the pouches. It's just something about that. It's not the fact of dipping that just, that I do it. It's just the fact that it calms me down because when I'm at calm state of mind and it's like taking a bubble bath, like seriously. Because when you're listening to that music and you're relaxed from that dip and you're just like going with the flow of making your designs, it really is that good. Number four, what is your favorite sport? My favorite sport would probably be, your basic sport, which is football, basketball. However, since I was little, I can't speak today, would probably be street hockey, not ice hockey, street hockey with the rollerblades. I always wanted to learn how to play that because I thought it was kind of cool. Like, I guess the fact of, skating on roller skates and just hitting, pucks, I don't know. I don't know. But number five, out of all the places to live, where would you yourself want to live? Not here. I would probably want to live in Tokyo. But he is actually in the Marines and he actually got to go there and live there. Son of a bitch. Because he knows how much I love Japan. So he's still in Japan right now, and he would send pictures back like, "Oh man, you should have been here." I'm like, "Oh yeah, let me just take a plane ticket and head on over there. I'll meet you at brunch." Number six, what's your favorite country? My favorite country? That's a good one. Besides Japan, because I already said Japan, that's where I want to live. I probably would say Canada. I have been to Canada before, and uh, the last time I went up there, it was phenomenal. We went up there, and the first time when we crossed the bridge from Buffalo, New York to Canada, we didn't have to get checked by the Border Patrol at all. Over there, and we were only there for a couple of hours because we just wanted to see what Canada was like. So we were like, all right, at a Burger King. Oh my God! $8.50 for the burger. That's not even including the fries or the drink. That's like a Subway, and their subs, you know how it is, where it's like $5 foot long. And we went up there, and I swear to you, it was $9 per sub, and I'm like, $9 for cold cut. Might as well give me a Lunchable. Where we go? We went to Pizza Hut, and it was pretty, cheap and everything. So we came back after we ate up there and looked around, and after a couple hours we went to go back. And at the time I was kind of young, so they went to go check me and see if I was actually American. Border Patrol actually didn't think I was American. They thought I was Canadian, about teenager. And at that time, I never knew anything about, my social or my security or, my, what was it, birth certificate and whatnot. I wasn't worried about all that stuff. And they were actually going to make me stay in Canada. I promise you that. I promise you. They were gonna actually they were gonna say that they thought I was Canadian, so they were gonna actually make me stay in Canada, and I was like, sweet. I would have stayed. I wouldn't mind. Free healthcare. Woo! At the time, I was with my parents, and they were freaking out because they're like, he's not Canadian, and I'm like, eh. My mother had like one of my school ID cards because at our school we actually have ID cards and that, and they contacted school, blah blah blah. It was America. So we got back. It's pretty good, pretty good. But So number seven, are you sponsored by Pepsi? Really, guys? God, why does people think that I am sponsored by either Coke or Pepsi? Guys, I promise you, I'm not sponsored by either Pepsi or Coke. I promise you. I'm not sponsored by either one. I am sponsored, but I'm not sponsored by a soft drink or anything like Monster or nothing like that. Guys, I'm not sponsored by Coke or Pepsi. I promise you. Okay? I promise you. Just leave it alone. No more. It's done. Okay? I'm just kidding. No. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just fucking with you. I really am sponsored by one of them, but which one am I sponsored by? Number 8. What's the weirdest thing you've ever made for a person? Oh god, that's a good question. I think the most weirdest thing I've ever made for a person was this woman wanted to test, how in depth I can go with my designs. So she wanted to make purple giraffes fighting, I think it was lions, like actually, fighting, like, like boxing fighting, and I'm just like, okay. And but it was like a purple giraffe, and she didn't want it like your ordinary giraffe. It was like, I guess it was, I don't really know how to describe it. It was like a dyslexic giraffe. I don't know how to describe it because she didn't want it a real giraffe, but she didn't want it cartoonish. And I'm like, then what do you want? Like, I don't know what to do here. So I'm just like, okay. But apparently she liked it, and like when I was making it, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So number 9, have you ever won any awards? I don't know, you tell me. Number 10, have you ever thought about doing designs for games? Yes. There was a couple times in the past where I actually made my own game, and I didn't because we didn't have the proper software. I mean, the game is real. It's just we cannot sell the game because of copyright issues and whatnot, so we just, hush hush about it. We heard this game, and they also have their own site as well. And it was called Death Cargo. At that time, I wasn't really known for my designs yet, and I asked them if they wanted for me to do, designs, character designs, background designs, and they're like, "Oh, no, thank you, but thanks for asking." I'm just like, "What the hell?" What I do. For me, I don't know if this is for everybody, but for me, it's like this futuristic, we got cyborgs, we got robots, we got people that are infected, we've got demonic people, we've got people that aren't even really people, and you got all these different varieties and selections, and it takes place in this, like, mystical, futuristic, I guess, atmosphere. And not only with the backgrounds, has it look, very cyber-ish and high tech, but the music is as well, and even the characters are. It just really draws me to it. So I will be uploading more designs and more pictures on Facebook. Hopefully I will get them out tonight. If I don't, I'm gonna be really pissed. So if that goes well, then I will do some trolling tonight on Omegle. My friend Aaron, he's my buddy on Facebook. He actually seen somebody with a eagle's head or chicken head, and they were trolling everything. So I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get a part of that. That's gonna be fun. Pretty cool to watch, it's funny, it entertains people, so I'm gonna do it. So hopefully I'll catch you on there. And if you want to see more of my designs and more of my sites and videos, just click this right here. And I will see you guys soon.